Very good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, we are going to see some basic informations about the state legislature. And this topic is coming under the third unit, and the outcome statement is also displayed in the screen. And we can move to the topic. State legislature is nothing but the forum which stands in a leading role in the political system of a state. So we already had discussed a lot about the central politics, and now we are going to have some idea about the state legislature. And in the Article 168 to 212 Part 4, Part 6, the Constitution of India given a detailed information about the state legislature and its organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, and all necessary details. However, the system is similar to the central political system. The state legislation having some unique properties and some varieties also. First of all, let's see some basic info about the organization of the state legislature. That organization system of state legislature is not a common one followed around the country. It is of two categories and it varies to state. And most of the states in India are following unicameral system and others few following bicameral system. So what is the unicameral system and what is bicameral system? It's based upon the structure of the state politics. Nearly 22 states in our country are following unicameral system. In the case of unicameral system, the state legislature consists of a governor and a legislative assembly only. But in the case of the bicameral system, in addition to the governor and the legislative assembly, the legislative council, a separate body, is also in the entire system. So currently, six number of states are following the bicameral system. They are Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. And here, the Parliament of India can create or demolish any legislative council based on the need of the state council. Okay, if the legislative assembly of the particular state arises a resolution to create or abolish their state's legislative council, then the parliament will help the state for the so. So, such a specific resolution must be passed by the state assembly by the special majority only. So, based on the members' opinion in the state assembly, the decision will be taken over by the parliament. And what is the reason for the states to abolish the legislative council is because the following critic points are addressed. Actually, the legislative council, a separate body, is always called as the second chamber, and the state legislative assembly is called as the first chamber. The second chamber is always not the members are elected through the people. The members of the legislative council are elected by governor and the various forum members. So this is a very important minus point in the legislative council, and they are not the representative of the people. They are indirectly elected members only, and sometimes the legislative council will delay the entire legislation process by arising obligations or proposing some specific rules and regulations. And the meantime, it is an expensive institution. So, very small size states are hesitated to have the legislative council by considering the financial matters. So, because of these reasons, sometimes some states are refusing to have the legislative council. Continuously, in some states, they are abolishing the legislative council with the help of the parliament, and some states, based on their natural nature of politics, they are in need of legislative council. That kind of states are arising the proposal to form the legislative council, and they are forming. and the central government providing the provision for the states to create or delete the legislative council, just I discussed. So in the same way, the following are some examples for such case. In Andhra Pradesh, they created the legislative council in the year 1957, and the same is abolished in the year 1985 by the proposal raised by the legislative assembly members in their state. And the same way, they again reviewed the same legislative council in the year 2007. So there is a freedom is given for the state assembly to create or abolish the legislative council number of times. And the legislative council of the Tamil Nadu is actually abolished in the year 1986, and in this case West Bengal and in Punjab it's abolished in the 1969. And after the some time in the year 2010, the Legislative Assembly of Tamil Nadu raised a resolution for the revival of the Legislative Council, and the Parliament also based on that proposal they enacted a new Act 2010 for Legislative Council Act, which will provides the option to create the Legislative Council in the Tamil Nadu. But from the Tamil Nadu side in the year 2011, they passed another resolution to abolish the Legislative Council, which is about to started in the state. And now let's have some discussion on what are all the basic structure of these two houses. The two houses are second upper house and lower house. The legislative council is called as the upper house and the legislative assembly is called as the lower house. So these two houses are having some basic structure and membership rules and some territorial constituencies. Let's see one by one. First, we can see some idea about the composition of assembly, legislative assembly. The legislative assembly is consists of the representatives elected by the people by the uniform election process, and the strength of the legislative assembly is based on the population of the state. It varies from 500 to 60. In Tamil Nadu, nearly 234 legislative constitutions are members are there. But in some states which are all very small, like Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, they are having very small strength of legislative assembly. Nearly 30 or 40 only they are having. And the member, one nominated member will be in the legislative assembly is nothing but the Anglo-Indian community. If any Anglo-Indian community member is not represented in the proper manner, the governor can nominate one person from the Anglo-Indian community for representing their side. And we know that territorial constituencies are formed in our state, in all the states in India, that also based on the regional population spreading. So in all the regions of a state, not we are having the uniform distribution of the pupil density. So based on the pupil density, the regions are separated as territorial constituencies. In Tamil we can say it as Sattamandra Toguthigal. So in this way, the population of the people is uniformly splitted, and for each and every territorial constituencies, a member will be elected. That is the MLA. And the reservation for SCs and STs is also provided in the membership in the Constitution's Assembly. So this constitution provided for the reservation of seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the assembly of each state on the basis of the population ratio. If the population of SCs and STs in a particular state is very high, then the number of reservation for SCs and STs also will be very high. And let's see about the basic structure of the legislative council. So not like the legislative assembly, the members of the legislative council are indirectly elected, as I discussed earlier. The members in the legislative assembly are elected through proper general body election, among the people, and then but the council members are elected indirectly by the following manner. So the one third of the legislative council members are elected by the local bodies of the state like municipalities, district boards, and so on. The 1/12 are elected by graduates of 3 years stayed in the particular state, and 1/12 are elected by the teachers of having more than 3 years residence in the state, and the 1/3 are elected by the members of legislative assembly of the state from amongst persons who are not members of the assembly, and the remaining persons are only nominated by the governor and based on their practical experience of literature, science, art, and political science. And what will be the duration of these two houses? The assembly house, that is the legislative assembly, is having lifetime of 5 years. So it's very similar to the Lok Sabha. In our central government, PM based Lok Sabha is also having 5 years life, and the same way the legislative assembly in the state is also having 5 years lifetime. However, based on the critical situations, the governor is having full authorization to dissolve the assembly before the maturity of the 5 years. And also, sometimes the 5 years lifetime of the legislative assembly can be increased in national emergency case for the period of 1 year. However, after the revocation of the emergency, within 6 months, the state should conduct the election and select the fresh members for the legislative assembly. And the council lifetime is very similar to the Rajya Sabha. That is, it is a permanent body and not subjected to the dissolution. But 1/3 of the members of legislative council in a state should be retired on the expiration of every 2 years, and the vacancy seats will be filled by fresh elections and nominations by the governor, which we discussed in this slide. And the members who are all already presented in the legislative council are also eligible for the re-election or re-nomination for a number of times. And now it is a slide is about the what are all the qualifying points and disqualifying points for a human being to be a role in the legislative council or legislative assembly. The qualifications should be, the first point is the person should be an Indian citizen, and the second point, he must make and subscribe an oath or affirmation before the person authorized by the election commission for the purpose. That is, he has to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. He should uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India. He must be not less than 30 years of age in case of the legislative council, and not less than 25 years of age in case of the legislative assembly. And he must possess other qualifications prescribed by the parliament also. And the disqualifications of a person which will not make him eligible for being the member in the legislative structure are, if he holds any office of profit under the union or state government, he will be disqualified. And if he is declared as an unsound mind person by the court, then also he will be disqualified. And if he is not a citizen of India or has a voluntarily acquired the citizenship of any foreign state, then he is not eligible for participate in the assembly or council. And if he is so disqualified under any law made by the parliament, and he must not have been found guilty or certain election offences in the past. If he indulge in any misbehavioral activities in case of election, then or corruption, he is automatically disqualified. And he must not have been convicted for any offense resulting in imprisonment for 2 or more years, then he will be disqualified in participating in the elections. So these are all the basic points I wanted to discuss with you today in case of the state legislature. Thank you.